time and time again. What does that do for you as far as the fight goes? I mean, does it make you anticipate it more, or kind of lose interest in it? What does it do for you?
No, I mean, I'm pretty good at staying on track and keeping my mind focused on what's ahead of me. And this is the biggest fight for me right now. It's the biggest possible fight for me right now. So the motivation's not an issue.
When you win the first one, I mean, what does that do? You don't have to.
I mean, it's 4 years ago. If it was like an automatic rematch, then yeah, it's not going to lose a lot of the luster of the fight. But in this situation, it's been 4 years. We both put a lot of bodies behind us. We both have climbed the ranks in the UFC and well respected in our weight division. So I mean, it's a big fight still.
Obviously, last time the fight schedule came real close to happening, and then there was
3 days.
A serious situation with Alves. So,
yeah.
What did you feel like when that came up? I mean, obviously you're disappointed in losing the fight, but that's kind of a serious time for him.
Yeah, my first thought was, of course, was concern for him and his well-being and his safety, and then kind of desperation for myself because that's the biggest fight for me. That was the fight that if I win, if I stop him at that point, there's a good chance that I would have been filming the Ultimate Fighter. There's a good chance that I would have had a title shot. But sometimes it's just the way things work out.
So going into this, what do you see as the biggest differences in Thiago Alves from the first time that you fought him to now? I mean, how have you seen his game change?
His game, the biggest things are he's bigger, stronger now than he was when we first started. But he's got more refined wrestling. His wrestling defense has gotten better. I still see holes in it, but it's definitely gotten much better. And his mental aspect, I think mentally he's more mature. I think he was still kind of a child, back when he was kind of a child the first time we fought mentally. And it's easier to break children than it is to break a grown man.
Well, he's not even going to be here today. We just found out because he's reportedly having trouble with the weight cut. Do you see that as an issue for him coming into this fight, where he's got to focus on that instead of?
Well, I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of stuff to deal with. He's had a long layoff.
Yeah, it's been a year.
And we knew that his weight was probably going to be an issue coming into this, so that's no surprise. He better make weight though. We've had to go through a lot to get this fight put together. He better make weight.
It would be bad to cut out again 2 days before the fight.
Yeah, I mean that's a ridiculous situation. We're not going to have a Matthew situation here where a guy comes in 8 pounds overweight.
With him being out for the last year, and you fought, I think, 3 times since he last fought or so, do you feel like
4 fights,
3 or 4?
Well, no, yeah, I guess UFC 100 was my first, second half of the yeah.
So do you feel a lot like that helps you be fresh and more on your game?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely ring rust is a real thing, but I'm not going to put any of that into my head. It's all I'm fighting the best Thiago Alves there is. That's what I've been training for. That's what it is as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, there's going to be 2 Thiago Alves in the ring, and that's what I've been training for. So I don't think too much about whether or not he's going to have to suffer from ring rust or not.
What do you mean by that, 2 Thiago Alves?
But I just put that in my head that I'm going to have to fight 2 of them. Fighting 2 guys, that's the mentality I've had throughout this training camp. I have to prepare myself for the absolute worst case scenario. He's the absolute best he's ever been. He's the best fighter who ever walked the face of the earth type situation. And that's my mentality going into the training camp, into this fight. So if you fall short of that, then he's in trouble.
How do you feel you've changed since you guys last fight?
A great deal. My stand-up is remarkably better. My wrestling's even gotten better for MMA. My jiu-jitsu, I'm a black belt now in jiu-jitsu. I've had my black belt for a year now. My strength conditioning coach has turned me into a new athlete. I'm much faster, much quicker, more explosive than I've ever been. And my new diet, I switched to organic food. I've cut down on a lot of the meat. No more hormone injected or steroid injected meat. I just feel better. The weight feels better. I have more energy more often. So I'm a new man.
What is it like for you to be entering a fight where you can potentially win a title shot that you might not even want? Does that kind of screw with your head a little bit? I mean, it's a weird situation.
Like I said, I try not to think too much about the outside factors. You can't look too much into the future, and you can't look too much into the past. So all I think about is just fight ahead. Yeah.
When did it kind of cross your guys' minds at first? I mean, it's kind of turned into a big story now that you and Josh would never fight each other. But when did you guys first have a conversation that said, hey, no matter what happens down the road, I don't think we'll ever... I mean, you probably never had to talk
from the beginning. From the beginning, we've always, our management and our gym, we've always had that mindset. It's not a new way of thinking. All the best teams in the world throughout the history of the sport have fought the same way, from shootbox in Brazil to Team Milicic back when they had all the titles, ATT, Greg Jackson's camp. They all have the same mentality. Cesar Gracie's camp, same mentality. You cannot be successful in this sport without a strong team. And turning and fighting teammates, it just destroys your team, and it's going to heavily negatively impact the whole team.
Has it had any effect on your training camp with him being gone shooting Ultimate Fighter?
No, as I actually got to go for a week and train there with the guys and help coach. And then we have a number of up-and-coming guys in our gym. We have, we're 25 deep every day of practice, and all those guys are very, very tough, very good guys. So Josh being gone, it sucked a little bit, but we have enough guys to pick up the pace, pick up his where he was missing out.
And one of the things Thiago has said is that obviously he has changed a lot. He feels he's changed more than you've changed. I mean, you did list off some differences that you see in his game now, but I mean, when you watch him, is he still the same guy that you fought, or do you really buy into the fact that he's completely different?
He's definitely improved, but one thing to take into consideration when a fighter comes into a fight with only one mindset, it makes them much easier to beat, because you know exactly what they're doing and where they're going and how they plan on going about it. You don't have to worry about a takedown defense. You don't have to worry about submission defense, because they're not worried about that. All they're trying to do is get up to the feet and try to knock you out. So it kind of makes you one-dimensional with that mindset. So his skill level has changed, but the mindset's still much the same.
Did you look at the GSP fight at all to help you blueprint this one?
Yeah, that was one of the fights that I watched quite a bit. Also fights like Carl Parisian, that was a good fight to watch. Carl was winning that fight up until he got knocked out. Kashik's fight, and a number of the most recent fights in the past 2 years.
You were talking down there when you were answering earlier. What were you saying about if he was well overweight, you don't think you would agree to take a fight like I did?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying it better not happen. I mean, professionals, we agreed to a weight, make a weight. Whether it's Friday at weigh-ins, or Friday night at midnight, or Saturday during the day, making 171. It's like that.
I know you just talked about watching the GSP fight a little bit. When you were watching that, knowing Alves was on the future for you, you're kind of licking your chops, saying, "Wow, he's just taking it down a well, dude."
I mean, you have to take what he's doing positive and what he's doing negative out of every fight. I mean, I dissect every fight I watch. If I was this guy, if I was this weight class, what would I be doing with this guy? So, I was definitely taking notes while watching that fight.
Thanks, Jon.
Questions, Ariel? Thanks, guys.